Next, can we talk about positive learner pathways and successes? We've had particular case studies that people might be interested in. So we'll start off with a historical case, then a current one, and then somebody who's actually still in S4 who we thought was maybe going to leave, but it's looking very positive for staying on into S5 now. So we'll start with yourself, Ben.
So the case studies that we're going to obviously mention are one of a number of different opportunities. So we're just going to focus on a few specific ones, but these are part of a wider picture. Around 2 years ago, we had a young person start fourth year, significant challenge in the community, antisocial behaviour, and that was leading to erratic attendance patterns within school and significant disengagement from conventional education, conventional going to classes, and that poses a problem across many schools in Scotland. As a result of the work of the care and wellbeing team and the ability for them to plan creatively, that young person was able to work closely with a number of different people. We identified key strengths in terms of relationships within the school, one most notably being the PE department and staff within that department. From that, they were able to continue to engage her, and one of the huge areas of positivity in terms of her schooling career was going to the PE department, taking part and engaging with them. When things weren't going so well, she had a number of key staff in the school, from their house team, our educational support officer. She knew she had people she could engage with and work with. And it wasn't just about dysregulation and getting back on track. As soon as she was ready to work, it was straight into attainment work and attainment support. As a result of the work of that and the creative way that the team worked, the young person left fourth year with 7 National 4 qualifications, a National 5A in PE and a National 5 in Sports and Rec. It was expected this young person potentially would be at risk of leaving. Through those positive relationships, through the ability of us to inspire this young person to continue in her studies, she was able to stay on to S5. Her attainment and attendance increased massively. And we again, once again, depended on those positive relationships, particularly in the PE department, but also in maintaining those positive relationships she'd met in fourth year, working with Lisa Woods, with the house team. And at the end of fifth year, this young person left with a higher A in PE, a level 6 in sports, exercise and fitness, and a level 6 leadership award. Again, we were worried this young person was going to leave school. The wellbeing support she received in school was having a huge impact on her life, and we're delighted when she asked if she could stay on for a 6th year. We accommodated that. Now, as you go up to school, the number of opportunities can potentially narrow for a young person like this. So again, we capitalised upon those leadership opportunities, those opportunities in school to be seen as a positive role model. We knew that the longer we kept them in school, the more qualifications we get. And at the end of her S6 experience, left with her 3 level 6 qualifications, with that all-important National 5 English we've been working on for 2 years. That young person is now in full-time paid employment, is settled in the community, and is currently considering the opportunity of going to college to study a level 7 in exercise and fitness. That would not have been possible if she'd left at the end of S4.
I'm going to talk about a young person who left school in the last 12 months. Again, similar to the young person Ben spoke about, was causing antisocial behaviour. He was a red flag in the community to us, and initially started his engagement through our street-based youth work team. Through that, he identified he was struggling with school, he identified his targets, and allowed us to come in and have that conversation with school and explain a little further about what was going on in family life and how this was impacting his schooling. He then transitioned from his initial engagement to us and felt that he was work ready, so started working with my colleagues who specifically do development and work readiness areas. He also joined a couple of employability programmes through us in the school, but also through the wider support network of the Thriving Communities team. By the end of fourth year, he had decided that yes, leaving school was the option for him. However, he did leave school and go into a work placement, which then led to employment for him.
So basically the options were open for him, that it wasn't a case of, it was definitely no school, in this case it wasn't, but there was still the option there with the relationships.
He knew he had the options, and he knows still to this day that he has that support network. I know he's come back a couple of times and spoke to Lisa, the education support officer. He still maintains his engagement with us, and he knows that that support network's there even though he's not in school still.